7 fucking years. 7 fucking years
It's
with this
fucked
idiot.
up, man.
It's fucked up. I've known this
You
man
know what's
for
really, I've been like taking on, back when I started, it was so long ago, I was still bisexual. It was screwed up.
Oh, I remember
Now
this.
in that
I remember this.
things become bisexual, things have happened. It's like switched.
Yeah. I used to be like I used to be the gayer one, to be quite honest. Like I don't know. I feel like that was sort of the dynamic for a while, is you were just kind of like the bisexual guy.
Yeah.
And
So
I was
I
just
feel like
gay.
I was really attached to like the flag back then. Like it's a nice flag, but like after like a few years not being bisexual, you really like start to take it apart a bit and you're like, why is the middle stripe smaller?
Yeah, yeah, no, the bisexual flag's a
That
weird flag. It is a weird flag. But I don't know. I don't know.
like
I have a job,
I
so
don't
like
know,
I'm
all those
also
woke people have made like a new gay flag or whatever. I don't keep up on the new gay flag, but the new gay flag is nice. Like all the
oh,
shades of green and whatever.
okay. Yeah, no, I haven't like oh, but okay. I should probably introduce the guest here if we don't know. This is
Yeah.
Purplewaves, the perpster, as many call the Grand Duce of Utah, as other
Yeah.
people. Yeah. So I don't know. You tell us to tell
I
the tell
guess
the
like
yeah tell the
I
listeners a
feel like
little bit about
Rowan,
yourself.
like he stole my whole lane by being from Utah, and that was just really screwed up. I used to be like I was the Utah guy, and
Yeah,
now like he's competing for it. It's screwed up. I don't
yeah,
like it.
yeah. But I don't know. I guess like introduce. I don't know. Tell the viewers who don't know you a little bit about yourself. I guess for the listeners. I always am gonna get that
Uh,
screwed up.
Purple Waves, also known as I don't know I go by my first name too, Gavin. I don't know. I am unfortunately from not just Utah, but Utah County. It's the most evil place in the world.
Interesting.
I know Morgan probably longer than like almost anyone else on here. I found her through like the worst thing possible. We were in Reddit politics together.
This is the third episode we've had Reddit politics mentioned, which is just absolutely wonderful. By the way, how half the show is just becoming
I don't know.
referencing
It's
that.
I feel like I feel like that's where you really like got your start. And a lot of the like horrible, annoying people on Twitter that I follow are just old people from like just also people from Reddit politics. Like we're probably
Yeah,
gonna have like at least another Reddit politics episode after this. Like it's screwed up.
yeah, no, it is screwed up how much. In a weird, sad way too. It was very formative for me. That whole scene, like, just it, like what
Oh yeah.
formed me as a person. Because I've been there since I was like 13. And I was deep in the
I was
trenches. So
no, I feel like I guess I think that despite being there for so many years, it wasn't actually very formative for me. Other than that, it probably helped me like I don't know. Before I did that, like I wasn't as like chronically online.
oh, yeah, so it made
I
you
feel
less
like
normal.
that like really boosted that. Yeah.
That
I don't
that
think that's surprising though. I don't think anyone gets
um yeah, I don't know. It's like it is pretty hard to like get to that point without what is it? You have to have a bit of a trigger, you know. And I guess that trigger for us kind of came down to, we were mildly into politics, and then it turned into, just like we find this place where you could be like, "Oh, you can be a politician. You can pass laws." And I don't know. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, so I don't know, like it's I don't know. I've always interested though. Like I feel like we've seen each other.
stupid. And
It
you
was
were
stupid.
like and
And I was an anarcho
you were
cat.
libertarian.
Yeah, I was a little. Yeah, and I was about
Yeah,
to
you
actually
were a
mention, like the evolution we went through, because you used to be like a Reddit anarcho communist too. Like you can't. you can't deny shit. You were like an ANCOM sort of idiot.
No,
Yeah, yeah, you
I
were.
got like I mostly stayed. I stayed pretty. I just got like less stupid. You went through like three or four like different like radical shifts.
Yeah, I mean that was all before 2020 though. 2020 pretty much solidified me. But yeah, no, between
I don't
like
know. I feel like
what? No, just
I feel like
2020.
just one at one point I was like I have to choose between like anarchist and like loving Stalin. There's actually like a middle ground where you can be normal, and I just realized that I was like, oh, because I think that was the thing like back in like that kind of culture. There was this huge like split between like anarchist types and like Marxist Leninist types, and the idea was that you had to choose a side in that, and I didn't, and so like I was like, well, I don't like Stalin or whatever. I guess I'll go with that.
Yeah. I guess because when you're on those communities too, it is pretty predominantly dominated by left wing figures, in a way, or like at least in those circles for a long time. Very dominated more by like left
Like
wing people. So you sort of get involved
I
into
don't
like
know. I
more of the
feel
inner left sort of shit.
yeah. I feel like with like the online Reddit politics thing, like there's like a 50-50 split between like the socialists and like I don't know, like r slash neoliberal users. Those were the two real demographics.
Yeah, the neolibs always took over like the right wing parties because, like, in the UK
Yeah.
Sib, the Tories were just kind of like all like the right wing of the Lib Dems basically up until recently. They finally become more actually right wing. Um,
I don't know.
but
I feel like they were all just like a bunch of like sort of deranged gay people in my
oh,
experience.
that too. They were no, they were. Um, that was most of them though. Everybody had a bunch of them. Um, shout
Yeah.
out, shout
They
out,
were all like
shout out to a Cornish nationalist Zionism, by the way. Big
oh
shout
my
out.
God. Yeah. Like I was like like the other podcast I've been on it's with my friend like Sophia, and I don't know, she went and did an episode about like she did like a joke episode about Cornish nationalism or not, and that just reminded me like what a coincidence. Like I two like transgender women in this world invest in Cornish nationalism, except one of them was like I don't know, much stranger.
Yeah, no, that was a
I
very
remember that
interesting
like
character. Um,
I don't know. I remember that like she like you would be talking about something and she would like be pulling up like the international like Holocaust like remembrance definition of anti-Semitism in chat to try
oh,
and like get people with it.
yeah, yeah. I was like, I don't know. Yeah, no. It was just like it was funny too because like everybody hated using the definition. Everybody hated it because like you could be
I think
anti-Zionist.
the
So
definition would make I remember hearing something that like they said that like using the dash in anti-Semitism was like anti-Semitic and like I don't
what?
know, I feel like usually I try to like not get like polarized in it, but I use the dash for like a year after learning that
Oh my!
just like stick it to him.
Oh my
And you
god!
know what? I get why like you wouldn't want to do that. Like it's not like there's like a Semitism
Yeah,
or
there's
whatever that
yeah.
that like you're fighting against or whatever, but like yeah, I just remember thinking like, oh my God,
I don't
what
know.
are you doing
I mean,
here?
okay. I mean, to be fair, some people did go a little bit too far because I think like that person was once in a main like talking about something, and then another user who I love by the way, great guy, but he just sometimes did the wrong jokes. He did like a Hitler salute or something. As like I don't know. Um,
Oh, why?
yeah. No, it was sort of some like it was like some like loyal oath to loyalty to Hitler. It's like some joking response way. I don't know, remember the exact context. Guy was
Why
not.
would you do that? Like
I don't know. He didn't know the
like I
context at
feel
all.
like
I don't know. It was, but like yeah, he actually like replied that with that to her, and it was that was a shit show for a hot minute. Um,
Oh, I can, like, and the thing that's great about this is that I'll never know who that person is. Like, it could be someone who are like I really knew intimate, or it could just be like some random guy.
Oh, you might know him. I'm not gonna get into it on here, obviously, because that's
But yeah,
but you know,
but like, yeah,
probably know the guy. Um,
yeah. I wasn't really involved in like Morgan. She was more involved in like the British stuff and the American stuff. I was
I
involved
didn't
in
know.
the New Zealand stuff for
I
some
didn't touch the
reason.
American stuff at all. I was mostly just the British. I bar the American sim sucked. But I know you were more like New Zealand. That's where you hung out.
I don't know. I think that like I saw that one had like the least people. And because like I was going through like the different sims and I'm like, oh, there's like five people in this one. I gotta choose that one. That's why that sim doesn't exist anymore.
They've tried to revive it like three separate times, and both have failed in a month, which is like the worst
People
part
and
of it.
because like not to like, be like an active member there, like I rose up uh the ranks pretty fast.
Yeah, it was pretty easy to
And
do it
like
because
within like
like every party had a solid 3 to 5 people basically. So
yeah.
like
At
if you,
like the point where I started, that was like when the sim was at its high point. And
oh
so
yeah,
some sims, some of the part, like I think the greens had like 8 people and I was a green
yeah, that was like
starting out.
that was big. Um,
Yeah,
but what else?
like there was a I I don't know, back then like the thing with like the New Zealand sim is that like it started out a lot better than I got because when it started out like it was like a real like active sim, but then everyone from New Zealand just like slowly left over time and they were replaced by people who just didn't care as much.
Yeah,
And so like by the end, like there were like maybe like 3 or 4 people who really like cared about the sim. It was me and like a couple other people. Yeah, and like Allison.
oh yeah.
That
Big
was
shout
about
out to
it.
Allison. Big shout out to Allison, by the way. Um, but
But yeah, she
dude, she's funny as shit. She's funny as shit.
yeah, she's like the other like long lasting like, friend I have from there. I mean, I guess her and also Lucy, but like especially like Allison, like I'm still like, I still talk with her like DMs a lot and stuff and I got like those like, long lasting friends, but most of the people I knew well, from like Reddit New Zealand, they're not like I don't know, they're grown up and they have like real life careers as like some like staffer or whatever, like some like mid-level like employee at like the New Zealand Green Party or whatever. They're not cool enough to follow me on Twitter anymore.
Yeah, no, yeah, it sucks. I mean, like, yeah, no, a lot of people have grown up and like have gotten on to do things, and meanwhile, here I am
Yeah,
hosting a podcast. You know, with
yeah. The
terminally
thing is
online
that like
people.
I joined really, really young, like 14, and so like unlike the rest of those people, like I'm still here.
Yeah, I guess
It's like,
we haven't grown up enough yet. You know, I mean, I'm like,
oh yeah,
I mean,
like
okay, I mean,
you
I
know,
kind of have. I mean, it's a little different though. I guess my
I
circumstances,
moved.
but
I don't know. I moved out for some time, and then I had to move back in, and then I have a job right now. I'm making
dude,
some
shout
progress, but
shout
like
out shout out to job, shout out to the job. That's a big deal.
jobs.
I never thought you'd get a job until you were at least like 24. I gotta be real. Like that was I you
Oh
were
my God,
from what
you're
I knew
right
about
though.
you, I was like, yeah, dude, he's it's not gonna be till after college. Not gonna be till after college for
They're
this
gonna
man.
be like, this guy is like, he's what can I say? Like he was R-worded, and like he's not gonna make it. But you know what? Like right now I'm like kind of taking like a college gap year, so like. I don't
Yeah,
know.
man.
But it was kind of, I don't know. I was kind of
Don't let
amazed by like,
um. I need to give you some advice. Don't let the gap year turn into like what I'm doing, because I initially left my house and moved to Minneapolis on a gap year. Um, but now it's
yeah,
going on 3 years, over 3 years at this point.
the Gap lifestyle now.
Yeah, it's the gap
I'm going
lifestyle.
back. I think just in the winter though, so like I'm not like in that kind of stuff. Like mostly because like I feel like for me, like I have like one skill in my life and it's like computers. And if they took like in so like if I can't do a computer thing, like then it's over for me, kind of.
I mean,
That like I was born from the like I remember I was reading over like my autism diagnosis and they mentioned that like oh this bitch he loves just like mashing random stuff into the computer. I
yeah.
was born with that kind of autism. It's gross, it's disgusting, but now I can't get it off me.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing.
So it's a shame.
Have you considered accounting? Very similar stuff with accounting. You could do
I took an
accounting.
accounting class like a few years ago. I guess that's like still an avenue I could take, but it's also just kind of boring. But I don't know, I like a good spreadsheet. If
Yeah.
ChatGPT takes over and like I don't know, like they force all the programmers out or whatever, that I'll be an accountant.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, I'll file your taxes.
It's well. See, that won't happen because I'm also probably going to school for accounting myself next year.
Oh
So
my God,
unfortunately,
that fucking like gay guy on Twitter. He's doing it to all of us. Like,
no, no. Well, yeah, regime account. No, regime accountant's great. By the way, I play poker with him most Tuesdays. He's pretty cool. He's a cool
uh,
guy, and like,
probably beats you.
yeah, he's beating me most days. Also
I'm
speaking of computers and
I'm shit
autism.
at poker.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you can't probably do a poker face because you're like can't read the room. This guy can't read
Oh,
the room here. Because you know why? Because he's autistic. You know what they call you? They call you
you know,
Autistic
like
Adam. That's what they call you. Autistic
I think they
Adam.
call me Autistic Gavin. I think you're mistaken there.
No, no,
Don't
see,
call
no,
me
that's
Adam.
not. Don't call you Adam. Okay, I'm sorry. I won't call you Adam anymore.
You know, I'm playing into it. Like,
Oh,
I'm doing like 40 chess here. Supposed to be like, oh, he didn't get the joke because he's autistic, and now you ruined it.
yeah. Well, see, this episode is just gonna turn into at the end of it like who could like trigger whose autism worse. That's what this episode's gonna
This is
become.
like it's like a horrible, like disgusting thing we're doing over here. I gotta
Yeah,
be honest. Like
yeah. It's
this
like
podcast
we're
episode.
feeding into like the worst like urges, of like autism. I guess like we're just I guess we should explain the bit where we like hate each other. That is a bit we have. I think some people will see us on Twitter and be like, "Yo, why do these two fucking like hate each other?" I don't know why. We just kind of started
I
doing
don't
it.
even know when it like started. I think that just like one time, like I don't know, Morgan like called me, I don't know, a not very nice word, called the F slur, and I retaliated, and it just kind of became a thing from there. A lot of
Yeah.
it's also that like, like we're both like we're very different kinds of woke. Like Morgan is kind of like that one like meme where it's like the possum and it's saying
No.
like
No.
there
No.
are woke people in the South, there are socialists in the
No.
South.
No, I am not the possum meme. I'm not the possum meme. I'm not the possum meme. You gotta shut up. Cannot make these accusations. Cannot.
And
Uh,
then like I'm kind of like the kind of guy who I kind of have like he they vibes, but I'm a he him, and that's kind of like my sort of thing. And like Morgan's like very like she's like you're like super old school, and like I don't know, I don't really like much country music. Like I like a lot of like folk,
yeah.
but like
Well, that's because gay people
I
really
don't know,
like
I
folk.
never had like that much interest in like, and so it's really easy to just call you like racist or whatever.
Well, yeah.
Just
I
listen
mean,
to country music,
that's what
that's
people do.
racist.
That's what people do all the time. I mean, like, literally, I've like in the past, I think hour, I've received two notifications, and there were just people on Twitter calling me Clan Federate, like quite literally. That is that those are like the notifications I've gotten. Reading off one of them, average Clanfederate music taste. That's because I said Chapel Road sucks
Yeah.
ass. Because she does.
You know,
She's
I feel like I could really like challenge you here because like the kind of stuff that like I would like I can like put on like I could kill you probably.
oh, you
Like
probably
I
would.
think like if I played like I think if I played like I don't know like Aphex Twin for you'd probably die. I
Yeah,
think if you I
I
mean I
don't even
guess
I don't even know who that is, but like I'd rather you like I know I'll die, like straight up heart attack. Um,
yeah and then I
yeah,
don't know you just like fucking bore me to death with some like old guy in a hat and he's like I don't know like playing a pedal guitar.
yeah. Pedal guitar is fucking cool though. It's a fucking cool
It
instrument.
is
It is a cool instrument. Yeah, you
it
can have.
is a cool instrument. Like I'm happy that like the last part of like the country aesthetic that like bro country stuff seems to have is that they seem to still have like a lot of pedal guitars. They kept that going.
Yeah, I mean that's like again. I'll be picky on older
I don't know. I
country,
think you're like
but or
yeah,
newer.
you're like a country elitist.
I am. I am. Like I will not deny it. I don't like generally like country like most people. No, I will like because I'll make fun of people for liking Morgan Wallen and shit, you know? Like that's like because I have standards with country music. And the same way you
Oh
probably have
God,
standards with
like
your
I'm
genre.
sorry. I feel like I Morgan Wallen that kind of stuff is like actually like unlistenable to me. Like they
I
would play
think
like last night or whatever over
I
the radio where I work, and I just like I can't do it anymore.
yeah, I think you're not cultured. You're not cultured. Lack of culture from this
I'm
man
not.
here.
I'm
Yeah,
very
zero
like you.
zero
I'm very
culture.
suburban. I'm very like
Suburban?
my
Yeah, so
dad's
you're
kind of
so no culture. No culture.
yeah.
Yeah, you live in
Suburbs are
Utah.
cultural. They have nothing going for them. Like and like for a brief like moment there, I was like an actual like legit urbanite, but then I ruined it all.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's what wokeness does to you.
It's really cool.
That's what wokeness does to you.
Like people in Salt Lake, they'll always be like, "Oh, Utah has this like terrible, stereotype of being all Mormon," and down here, I'm like, "Cause it is.
Yeah.
You
Um
haven't been to the parts that are like that."
yeah, I mean like
I remember, I
what's it
remember when I
actually
was little, like, I remember when I was little, like my brother and his friends, they would play being like Mormon missionaries. And I just remember one time walking past them, being like, "What the hell is going on?" And I was like 9. So I'm like a terrible person. So I was 9 and I was a Reddit atheist.
Oh my god.
Like the kind of stuff I can like say here, like I can like the kind of stuff I can admit to is like so embarrassing. Like whatever you have going for you and like, it's making your life like terrible. I have it just so much worse.
I don't know, my life's not terrible right now. It's actually this is the best life has ever
I
been
can,
for me.
like I can tell.
You c
It's like a really big like jump because I remember like a couple years ago every day you'd be like getting drunk.
Yeah, no, that was true. I at 17, you know, it would just be like, ah, yeah, you know, we're drinking tonight. We're drinking tonight, and then the next day it'd be like, oh, I could go for a beer. You know, just a lot of beer drinking going on. I drank a lot of fucking beer. I love beer. I still love
You're
beer,
like
but
you had to quit that because that's like male alcoholism. Like if
I
you just get beer every day, like
are you trying to cause me
you know,
dysphoria with my alcoholism to quit me from being an
yeah, like I'm
alcoholic?
trying to
You're
force you
tr-
into being like
you're tr-
I'm trying to force you into being like a girl alcoholic who drinks like fancy like
Oh, so you
wine
don't
like cocktails
so
and
you don't
shit.
care if I'm an alcoholic as long as it's girl alcoholic is what you're saying.
I don't know. I think like male alcoholism, it's like it's disgusting. Like it's like less alcohol and also it tastes worse.
No, beer tastes pretty good. I think beer tastes good. You know, it's an easy
I don't
drink.
know,
It's an easy drink.
I'm just, I'm just a little like baby bitch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are. You are a fucking Utah boy. Fucking Utah ass
Yeah, like
bitch. Um, like that's how
I
you
feel
are.
like I've said this before, but like my family, we're not Mormon like at all. Like my mom, my dad, left the church before I was born, and my mom left the church when I was like 3. And so I have like a really like weird thing. Like I know like the Mormon culture very well, but if you ask me anything about like Mormon theology or like stuff like that, like I couldn't tell you.
So like yeah, you're very good at like reading Mormons in the cultural sense of things, just not like the actual nitty gritty of what they believe. It's just like it's like oh yeah, no, these Mormons love fucking like cookie places. They go crazy
Like
for
evil.
cookies.
And
Yeah, they're evil.
we get like I don't know, we have so many fucking like go to places. Like they'll open like oh we're opening like just more fucking soda places. Like I can we have a fizz, we have a Sodalicious, we have a sip in, we have soda mix.
What the
There's
fuck?
probably we have a swig,
What the fuck? What the fuck
and
is
we
going
probably
on
have
there?
more.
Yeah,
Those are
what's
all real places.
that? Oh my, ugh, that's disgusting. That's like
Yeah,
you,
and it's just like
like at least in Minnesota, we had a lot of like our own coffee places, but like coffee's normal. Like we just wanted to be all quirky with our coffee. Utah's just straight up like, oh no, we're all drinking pop. Everybody's drinking pop there. I don't like that. I don't like that.
it's really horrible. Utah's in one of those like is in like this one area in between like the pop stuff and the soda stuff. Where like my dad, he exclusively calls it soda pop. Whenever he says that,
Oh,
I like want to punch him.
oh, yeah. No, that's actually a punchable offense. Soda pop. That is like, yeah, you can punch somebody for that. I get less angry
That's
at
three
soda than I do
syllables.
soda pop. Soda pop is just such an evil way to say it. You sound like a
Oh,
child.
that reminds me of like another like really evil part of Utah slang. Sometimes people will call movies like show. Like I'm gonna watch a show and it's just a movie, and it's like this really weird like Utah specific thing.
Holy shit, that's yo, they fucking
Like
hell. You're all weird there. You're weird. Like why? Holy shit, I can see why you were
yeah,
kicked out of
we're
like
oh
y'all were kicked out of like the East because like you're all weird, just weird guys.
yeah. You know what? I feel like this world would have been a lot better if like we stayed in like Illinois though, because you guys could have like civilized us.
I guess though,
But
yeah.
actually, I don't. I
Wait a
know that
second.
like my I
No,
know
no,
that
no. Shut up. Did you just say Illinois? Did you just pronounce the S?
Illinois. Yeah, I
Oh my,
pronounce the
no,
S.
no,
I
that's
don't know.
not
I don't say
allowed.
Illinois that much. Very good.
Yeah, you don't pronounce the S in that. I hate you. I hate you.
Like
I hate you.
you're so mean.
You also
I don't
sound
know. I
gay.
just want to remember
Gay.
like I want to
Gay.
live in the timeline where like Nauvoo has like 1 million people, and it's like I don't know. It's standing like at some one point it had more people than Chicago before they kicked the Mormons out.
Yeah, no, that would have been interesting. But hey, tell you what. I think we've hit the I think we hit about the half hour mark here, give or take. So
Yeah,
we're gonna go on a break. We'll be right back. And we're back. We're back. I have
we are.
yeah, I have the guy I tried to make transition for 7 years. Still hasn't yet. Still hasn't yet. Peer pressure
It's
didn't work
really
on him.
like it's crazy like they trans 7 years ago. Like I think the thing is like most people they see that kind of guy and they think he's gonna do it, but 7 years later, like I'm just crazy on that shit.
Yeah, I respect the hustle.
Maybe it's just 'cause, like maybe it's just 'cause, like my family is woke. Like I
Maybe.
was never like give maybe like super like boyish, so I don't really care.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Like you seem like the type of guy to do it. Every like I remember it's like years back even it's like give it 2 years. That's what we'd always be saying. Like give it a year.
Yeah.
1 year and count down. You'll come out, but you never have. You never have.
No, it's just that like combination of being like both like autistic and gay, it's basically the same as being transgender to Twitter. So they just like they keep recommending me like you guys and like it's funny because like sometimes I'll just be like and I'll just see like some like most of the range discourse ever that I'm like, like I don't think I should be allowed to be here,
Yeah.
like
No, yeah, sometimes it's like I see you participated in it sometimes too. I'm just like, why are you talking about this? You can't be talking about this. It's
yeah,
not your
like
that's not your place.
I'm like yeah, like they just fit stuff all with me.
Yeah, you can't
I don't
like
know. I feel like I feel like I don't know. I also probably like I don't talk a lot about like I guess like feminism and stuff for like someone who's like a cis man. That has nothing to do with like they're forcing that on me. That's just like my mom.
yeah.
She was like really like a bit honest. So like and I just have it ingrained in me, especially because like when I was like okay, I'm gonna like do like more shame, but when I was younger, I got into like Gamergate for a little bit. And like I was like telling my mom, like, like, oh, I know you're a feminist, but like, these feminists are going too crazy, and she cried,
Oh my
and that really
gosh.
changed my life. That's like the
You got guilt tripped into not to being a male feminist. You got guilt tripped into male
yeah, they
feminism.
guilt trip.
That's
No other way to do it. Like,
yeah. That's powerful. That's powerful stuff.
I'm happy for my mom for doing it. Like, I don't know. I feel like I could have like done some really bad things if I was like I don't know like a chud like I kind of look like the chud Jack guy but like less ugly. I got like the glasses and like the brown hair and stuff. I
Yeah,
just
you're
don't
more
look
just
like
like
gross.
you're just a
I could have
soy
been
jack.
him.
You're more of just like a soy jack, not like a chud jack, just a soy jack more
Yeah.
broadly. Yeah. Um yeah, no, I used to be a chud. I used to be a huge chud. That was like a coping thing though. Like that's 90% of it was of my chud behavior was just like repressing all these feelings I had about, ah shit, being a woman sounds nice, you know. And I did that again too. I've done that two separate times. Like I was like
So that's
this
the second time you just became like chud coded. You
yeah.
didn't used to be like chud code the way you are now. You used to be like oh no, I
Yeah.
remember when like I first knew you were really into like David Bowie and whatever.
Yeah, no, I used to be really into all that, but then
And
I've like
Queen, I actually really do not like Queen. That's like the
that's
one like real like crazy music snob opinion I have is that I don't like Queen.
That's I mean like
Kind of
I
annoying.
okay, I understand it. I like understand it, but I just have to disagree. I have to disagree.
That's fine. I mean like
Yeah.
but yeah,
You know,
that's like usually I'm not like a crazy snob. Like I'm almost like no no like I'm like almost like kind of like a weird like pop music nerd guy. Like on a level like that kind of stuff, but it's just that like I need to be a snob somewhere.
yeah. So yeah, no, I guess,
I feel
everybody's got to have a little bit of snobbery somewhere. That's just always you have to. As a person, it helps complete you. You know, I'm just a little
pride
bit
myself on being like kind of snobbish. Like
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know, and if you can see like I mean like I don't know if you're trying to kind of try and get that vibe, even though like but I do I'm scared that like I come off as like some like low intellectual, even though I've read like two books ever.
I don't know. I mean to an extent I think everybody on our side of Twitter does just cuz we talk way too much about politics. Like that's the issue.
Yeah,
It's just we have hobbies that are
I don't know.
very
It's just kind of funny because like I don't know that I've heard like five like different people I like follow like their prayers or whatever. They're like, oh my God, I try to be like a smart guy here, but I'm not actually that smart. I've only read 20 books this month, and
oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
I'm on a different level and that kind of shit.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not being mean to those people because I'm close with a lot of those people, but like,
I am my thing is I just don't read ever because I genuinely don't. I have like the ADHD brain with reading sometimes. Not so much that like when I start something I will finish it. I just never have the motivation to start something. That's
no,
my issue.
it's because you're R-worded, you're
Yeah,
autistic or whatever.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, I just realized, did they ever like give you like a diagnosis or whatever?
Yeah, they diagnosed me later in life. But my older brother was just so much more
Oh no, I feel
autistic
like
than
I
me.
really like destroy you here because I got diagnosed when I was 4. I got diagnosed so long ago that in my diagnosis they say that I'm gonna be like they say that I probably have like a low IQ or whatever. Like it's so long ago that it was like it's back during like the times where it's like autism is like just like a new kind of like. Do they let you say it on here, the R word?
That's Patreon
It's just
episode.
the same kind
So,
of thing with
but
that.
yeah, that'll be the Patreon
Okay.
episode. We can do it there.
I
If you
don't
want to
like
hear, if you want
saying
to,
it. It feels like kind of I don't
like,
really like saying that, but like but yeah, the Patreon episode that's gonna be I don't know, the F slur episode probably.
yeah, we're just gonna start. We're gonna you subscribe to my Patreon if you want to hear both of us just hurl slurs at each other for 30 minutes. That's kind of what's that's the
I don't
plan.
have I don't have any money for Patreon, so it's gonna be like a real like secret like exclusive thing because you guys
Well, I mean,
are gonna see that shit, but I won't.
yeah, you got to participate in it though. Like you got to experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Well, tell you what, actually. So you were the big star on Twitter recently. You were the big star because you did the bracket.
Yeah.
You did the bracket.
No, like I don't get that. I didn't expect that shit thing to get like so much like attention, but like
I mean,
I was working, I was like blowing up my phone with like 50 notifications or whatever.
I whenever I've done those brackets, I
For
always have to mute it because I'm just like I'm not dealing with all this. I'm not dealing with all these notifications.
I kind of appreciate having like a bunch of notifications, so like that's the hard thing. Like I live on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's like
I didn't used to be that way, but like as soon as I got like a couple hundred followers, it's all just like,
well, I mean,
oh my
yeah,
God, like
it's
I
like
just love seeing the likes
yeah,
come in.
like for me, I'm like I smoke so many
I do like
cigarettes a day. For you, it's like getting likes and posting. That's
it's
you.
posting.
Yeah, posting is an addiction.
But like I do like I don't know, I hate when I get like over like say like 200 likes because then I know that it's gonna be like a big post.
Oh yeah,
I
and then
fucking hate dealing with all those like boat tweets and stuff and like people like I don't want my tweets to leave a circle where like people disagree with me. That's like really like, my kind of like circle of like socialists and like I don't know, like fellow traveler like liberals is kind of where I live.
yeah,
And if anything leaves that, like it's scary.
yeah, no, you know what? I hate when I really hate when my posts ever get big with like big liberal accounts like libs. Not like liberals. Like there's good liberals. There's good liberals on Twitter. Many good liberal friends. But I'm talking about the bad liberals.
This,
Though that's when it gets
shout
bad.
out Soldier Goy Callum, I guess.
Yeah, no,
Shout
yeah.
out Sammy Gold.
Shout out Sammy Gold. Shout out Bill McKay. Those are the two big ones I know. Those are my two good liberals. Those are my two picks for the good liberals. Um, but yeah, no, when
Yeah.
it starts getting into like bad liberal circles, like the Democratic hacks, like or
I
what
don't know. I
else?
just like
I remember
guys.
like
I don't know the kind of people.
uh,
I don't know. Like I feel like for a little bit, like my account was like kind of trending towards the audience because I follow. I used to be a little bit in like those like I never really was, but like I followed some people in like those like election like Twitter circles, and then so I got attention from them for a while, and like I don't know, I gotta be honest, like I kind of just hate those guys, and
oh
like
yeah,
every
no, they
once in a while,
suck.
like like Rowan, like he's still in those circles, and he'll just be like, "Oh yeah, like there's a bunch of people in like all my group chats are mad that you blocked them." It's like I can't see these guys anymore. It's hard.
Yeah,
Like if it was just a couple, I could live with it, but like.
yeah.
They're all the same guy, and all have usernames like I don't know, like fucking Ben, like I don't know, Jim Clyburn Enjoyer or whatever.
Oh yeah, they have like they always.
Lisa Murkowski Enthusiast.
I I
I think it'd be really funny to like do that kind of bit, but for like I don't know, like a comment, like my account is like Carl Kautsky Enjoyer, and yours can be like Stalin fan.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know. Are you? I guess
I'm not.
you're or Maoist.
I'm
It could
not.
be.
Well, the Maoist self help column thing. It's not really a Maoist. It was just a funny name. I'm broadly
No,
Marxist.
I don't. I can't really tell.
I'm like I'm like a Marxist Leninist broadly, but I don't put a name to it because I got a job. You know, like that's
Yeah.
basically where I'm at. Where it's like, yeah, I'm a communist, but I don't put a name to it. I like, will I defend Stalin? Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
probably will. But like, I mean,
You fucked up.
no, I'm not fucked up.
Oh no, I think it's just really funny that like the people who like one thing I always notice is that the people who always get like the most mad about that in like I don't know if I or if they're always like people who are like slightly to like your right or like like I follow like Evil Man Bear and all the people who get mad at them are always like my other like socialist mutuals and then it's like the lib guys who don't care. They're just there for the ride.
Yeah, no, they're like, oh, I hate both sides, so I'm gonna play both sides and I'll win at the end. That's what they do. They're opportunists. They that's and
Yes, how dare they?
yeah, how dare they? Fuck opportunism and shout out to big shout out to my guy Stalin for getting that dealt with. You know, that was
Like I don't endorse any of this part, like
no
my
no per
Purple
no
Waves hot take. I think Stalin was bad.
oh no see I'm gonna put words in your mouth. Purple Waves endorses Joseph Stalin for president 2024. You heard it here first, folks. Um
I think I like post.
no
I think that might be like a lesser evil situation, though. I would consider it. I
would
would be
would
like,
would Stalin be a lesser evil
well,
than
this one
Trump for
gets
you? Would Stalin be a lesser evil than Trump?
probably.
Yeah,
I would
no,
be like, this is like, or like I'm always gonna choose the left wing regime over like the right wing anything. Like,
I
I
guess
would rather have Stalin in power than like Mitt Romney.
that's honestly so true. That's like 100%
I don't
true
know. I
to
think
me.
I would. I don't know. I just like. I think people outside of Utah have this idea that like Utah's like secretly like really woke Republican and we all have Mitt Romney over there. But no, like people here fucking hate his ass and they're like, oh, Mitt Romney sold out to the people who eat like babies or whatever.
Oh, well,
Like these
yeah.
guys, they think that like Utah's like secretly woke. I don't think any of these people have had classes where like this is where like one of their classmates is like a really big QAnon believer.
Oh my God, that's
I'm the only one, and what especially stood out was that the guy who believed in QAnon was also named Gavin. So he was like stealing my whole thing.
yeah. Well, you think that's bad? In high school, I had a classmate who would only took German class as so he could like improve his SS LARP. That is quite literally why he took German class. Um, that
My
was a
experience,
character I
like
had.
German class, is a class for like really loser, like nerds who like I don't know, they want to make like weird like Nazi jokes, and they want to get with like that they're like people who aren't gay enough to be like theater kids.
Oh, yeah, okay, okay. That no, that's actually accurate to what I had most of the time in my school as well. Just a lot of kids who were like yeah, they weren't gay enough to be theater kids, so they took German. I guess it's just because Germans are ontologically gay. That's what they are. I don't think that's ever talked about enough.
They're I don't know. I think they're ontologically gay, but I feel like they're also like a very autistic people.
Oh yeah, true. Very much so.
Like I don't know, they love like order and efficiency, and they don't like people. It's an entire nation of autism.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's really like it's our Wakanda.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been to Germany before too. Like, I saw that. I saw that in person. They are very autistic people. They don't, the
Oh
reason
my God, you've been to Germany? I didn't know this.
I was like 15,
I've never
16 when
been
I
a
went. It was cool. It was a cool place.
Oh yeah, I forget that you're from the German Catholic style. Like we're really like doing a game here where it's like German Catholic Minnesotan versus like German Polish like Utah, and we're doing like a Hitler off over here.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is. I mean, by the way, I gotta ask, was it like being the only gay person in Utah outside of Salt Lake City? Like, you're the only one.
Oh, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There's like some, I remember that like I knew some other, like my high school had a GSA that fell apart because everyone in the GSA got too scared of, like like homophobes, so they renamed it to like something completely different, and
Oh
then
my
it just
god.
died.
Well, yeah.
But
That's
yeah, I knew like a few other gay, but I didn't really know any until I was like high school, and then like after that, like and it's horrible down here. It's like Salt Lake is like it genuinely has like a lot of gay people just because like uh everyone in Utah who's gay, they either go to Salt Lake or they, I don't know, they go to Denver if they're like evil.
yeah. Well, I mean to be fair, if you're going to Salt Lake, you're also pretty evil. Salt Lake City's pretty evil
You know,
too.
yeah.
Like, yeah, you can never like
I think
I don't
like I think like people get the vibe of like Salt Lake. Salt Lake isn't like really Salt Lake is kind of just like lame or Portland.
I mean, yeah, that's the vibe I've gone. That's the vibe I've gone. There's a lot of
Like
cities that could
people
just be
think
compared to Portland. That's really what I've noticed. A lot of Portland ass
yeah,
cities.
Portland has like Salt Lake. It has like the annoying gay people. We have the polycules. We invented the polycules.
Yeah,
We have like the street running light rail. We have like so many like we have like all the Portland stuff.
yeah. By
The
the
only
way,
big difference is that I don't know, you in Salt Lake City it's sunny sometimes.
yeah. By the way, I gotta say, I am massively impressed by the Salt Lake City light rail system. Like, way too good for a city of its size in America, anyway.
I don't know, it's just that like I don't know, the UTA they're really good at like just buying off like right of way like 10 years before they have any use for it. So like instead of like having to deal with like, sort of high prices for stuff that stuff out in advance, or at least they used to be like they have like no plans for the future really after like 2015.
Even like with the Olympics coming up, they don't have anything going on.
I
That's
don't know, they might have I think their plan is that they want to make like because like right now if you're going like east or west like you have to transfer and they want to make like a new line that's just east or west but it won't really like I don't know like grow the system really.
oh weird.
I know that for a decade, and I know that for a really long time they've been waiting on like money so that they can like extend like tracks down through like Lehigh and Orem.
Oh, they're going down that far? Holy shit! Like,
Yeah, I don't
whoa.
know. I think I want it because like I think it'd be really funny if Utah had the longest light rail line in the world.
No,
I
that
mean,
would be
like if you see
funny.
like Utah's geography, it's all just like one like big massive snake.
Well, yeah,
Like it would make sense if we had that.
yeah. I mean, you could
But
have the
like
front runner too, but I don't know.
yeah, like they have like the right of way and stuff for that exists. It's just that like the UTA has like $0.
Damn, that's
And after like we expanded it like 10 years ago, we got ourselves into like the UTA they got themselves into like a lot of debt and they never really got out of it.
damn. That sucks. That sucks. That blows.
I know that there's also like a plans to like there are a lot of plans to like improve like the front runner, but that's really it. Like there are like good stuff in the future, but like
Damn.
yeah, most of like but I mean like to be fair, like I went on a trip to Denver and like the public transit in Denver just like fucking sucks ass compared to Salt Lake.
That's what I've heard. That's
There's
what
like
I've heard.
nothing running in the city.
Yeah, it's mostly just like
Like the
commuter
thing
service.
that's like nice of Salt Lake is that like like you have like and stuff like that's mostly like downtown commuters, but it still like goes to a lot of places in the city. Like there's like a clear corridor or whatever where you can use
Yeah.
with uh but like outside of that but like with like Denver, like you can go to downtown and you can't go to anything else.
Ew. Yeah, that doesn't sound great at all. That's not fun. Um, but
It's like Denver, so it's not like you're getting like a super great downtown experience.
okay, you know what? Can we talk about this here? Nobody ever talks about how shitty Denver is. Just an absolutely
Oh
dog
my
shit
God, it's
city.
fucking
Like what
worst.
yeah, what's the appeal of Denver? What genuinely what is the appeal of Denver? Like, oh, it's got skiing. Like, yeah, you could do that in a lot of other places. The
Uh,
heck.
like I feel like in Utah, like I don't really like people don't really like ski much in Utah, but the people who like go to Utah, like Utah transplants, they fucking love skiing.
Well, yeah, that's a lot
And we
of
have that too in Utah, and then we also have like I don't know also have like a lot of like national parks and stuff, but like I genuinely don't know what the appeal of like Colorado is supposed to be.
I
I
I
think Denver's a good city if you want to like live in Portland, but you don't hate yourself enough to live in Portland.
I mean, I guess that's a good way to describe Denver. I mean, I don't know. I just like I don't really. For me, it's just like it seems like like okay, so in my mind, there's like a few hipster cities that have like completely crashed and fallen as cities. That would be Portland, Minneapolis, and like Austin to a certain extent, Bay Area, but also not nobody talks about it enough. But Denver, Denver's a part of that. It's a part of the like the fallen hipster city, and I'm just like, what's the appeal of that?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, with like,
That's the big thing with Austin that makes it the worst is that it's not fallen.
yeah, it needs to fall.
Uh,
It
I
needs to
guess
fall.
Denver isn't really fallen either, but like it's at least like normal growth. Like Austin is expanding a bunch, and that's horrifying. Like, I see all those like annoying like YIMBY Twitter accounts who are like, "Oh, Austin's like such a great city, and they're building out and all," and I don't want that. I think
No,
that like the
yeah,
government should pass a law saying that like you can't do anything in Austin.
yeah. No,
Really,
straight
we
up,
should just force everyone out.
yeah. Containment system. Nuke the shit out of Austin. That's my proposal. Just fucking nuke
Yeah,
it. I don't think it would nothing of
yeah.
value would be
Like
lost at all.
I
Sure,
would also nuke San Antonio, but Harper lives there, so I can't
why?
do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll get Harper out of San Antonio. That's what we'll do. Um, we'll
Yeah,
help Harper get out of
but
San
like
Antonio.
genuinely, out of those, like it's really horrible that like the best Texas city is Houston.
Yeah,
Like
I,
that's like the
I,
bar.
I'm always saying this. Houston is actually not that bad. Like IMO, I don't know. Um, like it's not the greatest thing in the world, but I enjoyed my time there. I really enjoyed my few days I was
I
there.
like I've been to like San Antonio a bunch because like my aunt lives there, and like it's like I feel like the Riverwalk and like that area is nice, and after that it's just like endless fucking suburbs. Like actually, and it's like more than almost any other city on earth. It doesn't feel like a city because all of like San Antonio's suburbs are just San Antonio.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
And
don't
like
know.
that's the thing. Like I feel like like the thing that keeps Salt Lake City the way it is, like recognizably a city, is that like it doesn't annex any of its suburbs. It's really really like tiny compared to like the area around it.
Yeah. Um.
And like I don't know, I just imagine like like Salt Lake City, it's like all like super sprawled out like all those other cities, but like most of that sprawl isn't Salt Lake, and that's the good part.
Yeah. No. I mean. I don't. I definitely like. Yeah. See that. I mean. Like. But. I don't know. It's still fucking Utah at the end of the day. Everybody gets to remember about
Oh
Salt Lake
yeah.
too. People always rave on Salt Lake for like this and that. It's like it's still in Utah. It's still Utah.
Oh
Like,
yeah, and oh yeah, it's still like really boring. Like that's the thing something that Salt Lake is like the most fucking boring city in the world.
oh yeah,
Cool things in Salt Lake. There's like a library that looks cool. We have like some nice museums. If you go outside of Salt Lake, there's lots of cool stuff to do, but like in Salt Lake, it's just really fucking boring.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. I mean, like, I'm guessing too, it doesn't even have anything like you. There's not a big drinking culture in Salt Lake. I mean, so even if you're like an alcoholic, you can't have
There's
fun.
some like there's more than like other cities because like Salt Lake has like college students, and
I,
so like there are like people who drink there, but like outside of Salt Lake City, there is like no drinking culture. I feel like Provo really has like the worst like culture for that kind of stuff. Like Provo is like full on like there's like a crumbled cookie place at every corner.
holy shit,
The
that.
fucking so it's like the peak Utah.
Oh my god. That Provo. Everything I've heard about it is that genuinely seems like the worst place in America. Like
Oh, it is.
I would genuinely rather live in like Alabama than I would Provo, or however the fuck you say it.
I
I don't
don't
know.
think I would go that far, but
I would go that
people in
far.
Provo are fucking annoying.
I would go that far. I would rather live in Alabama
But yeah,
than
BYU is like like BYU is like really one of like the world's most evil institutions.
yeah.
They only exist to get like beaten by the U of U in football every like 2 years.
Well, at least there's that. You know, they're a nice punching bag. But no, yeah, no. I've
Oh my
heard all the
God,
shit about them
oh my
too.
God,
They're
this reminded
freaky.
me of something. BYU, it has like their own like TV channel in Utah.
What?
And like I grew up watching, it was called Studio C. It's like SNL for Mormons. It's terrible.
Oh my god. What the? Holy shit. Dude, what
And
the?
like everyone on Studio C is like this like mega celebrity in Utah. Like you're just like, oh, like Matt from Studio C, and we all know who that is.
Oh
Whitney,
my
like
god. Yeah, yeah,
it's horrible.
yeah, y'all are crazy over there. Y'all are crazy. This is like, what the fuck? No, Utah. Yeah, Utah, just bad place. Bad place. I love how you joke about like,
I
oh,
don't
when
know.
you're
Like I
gonna.
think like Utah really is like interesting because we just have such like a like if you leave like Utah, like it's just like a completely different culture.
Oh yeah,
I just think a lot about how like you drive through Utah and just like 20 minutes outside of Utah, you get Mesquite, and that's basically like a mini Las Vegas. There's like five cities that are just like Las Vegas, but for Mormons. Like we have Wendover too, and that's just like a bunch of like just like right off of the Utah border in Nevada,
yeah,
and it has it's where people go to like I don't know gamble and get like free weed. Not
yeah,
free weed, but I mean like legal weed.
yeah. I feel like I've seen it on the map. But oh my god, that's Well, you know what? I gotta tell you what here, Purple Waves. I think we're hitting our last half hour for the main episode. Anything you want to
Screwed up.
promote? Yeah, screwed up. But anything you want to promote
Uh,
before we close off for the Patreon episode?
there is at always 7. I've had that 7 on there the whole time. Someone stole that fucking like username from me.
Yeah,
I guess that's all I have to like promote. Like, I
damn.
really don't have any social media other than Twitter.
Yeah, that's fair. But
I'm
yeah,
putting all my eggs into one basket. I'm terrified about what happens if like Elon Musk just decides to like ship more. It's like where am
yeah.
I supposed to go? I'd be like a refugee.
Maybe just I
Ain't
don't
that
know.
fucking bored?
Maybe just get some real friends like IRL.
Get a job
Yeah, get a job.
and go
Yeah,
outside.
that's what she could do. But anywho, this was Purple Waves at Purple Wave 7 on Twitter. Very, very, very bad guy here. I don't know why I even brought him on. Fuck you. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
you.
yeah. Fuck you. But that's it. If you pay me
So
money,
mean.
if you pay, yeah, I am mean. But if you pay me money to be mean to this fucker, you get an additional half hour of that over on Patreon. But otherwise, I will see you all next week. Bye.